Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I'm good.
Excellent. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Where are you coming out of?
I am in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay, wonderful. I'm here in Kansas City, Missouri. So,
Wonderful.
before we get into your life and are you okay? Are you ready to dive in? Are you good to go?
I am good.
All right, excellent. So, before we get into your work and your career, what I would like to do is just see how did you survive the last 3 years with COVID, and how has it changed the way that you do things now?
Okay. Uh, I didn't just survive, I thrived. So it took prior to COVID, I was meeting predominantly with people in person, and as most people were, and or phone calls at that point. And where it transitioned, where I was now meeting people on Zoom a lot more, which expanded the reach that I had. So it ended up being a very growth place.
So, with what you're doing with coaching, your business probably just went way up, didn't it? I would think.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get to the essence, the true essence of what you do for a living, because I know you have a nonprofit, you have your coaching. Talk to me a little bit. If I was to put you in front of a bunch of third graders at a career day and one of the kids looked up at you and said, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How would you answer that child?
Third graders. Um, I talk with people and help them with their problems so that they can have their dreams. That's what I would say.
What's been kind of the most common issue, especially now that we're entering this post-pandemic era? What's the most common thing that your clients need to work on that maybe didn't exist before this happened, that is somewhat easily identifiable by you but hard to resolve?
I don't know that there wasn't anything that wasn't before COVID.
Okay. All right. So what's kind of the common thing? If you had to rank the common things, what's kind of the top thing that people need to work on?
The main request that I get is people, they want to grow in self confidence and learn to really like themselves and discover their gifts. That's the main thing that I get asked.
I hear that all the time from coaches. That's kind of the number one thing. So when you were in the third grade, what did you want to be when you grew up? What was your dream?
The only thing that I said when I was little is I was going to help people.
Okay.
I really didn't know what that was going to look like, but that's what I would say.
So let's dig further into that notion. Let's go back to your childhood. Where were you born and raised, and how did these seeds get in you where you wanted to help people and you want to, you know, allow people to become who they want to be?
Well, I think some things are innate in us that we're just born with with some of the things we're bent towards. Um, so I don't know that it came from anywhere specific. It was just something that was always a part of me.
So what about role models or heroes? Who's been that for you in your life?
The main source of my strength has always been God. There is a for my whole story, if I share it or if you've heard it, there was a lot of isolation where I didn't have anybody else. So that was the main source of my strength, the reason why I'm alive today.
So talk to me a little bit about, if you can meet anybody alive right now and spend some time with them, who would it be? Who would you love to meet and talk to?
Two people come to mind: Tony Robbins and Lisa Nichols.
Okay. What would you ask them? What would be one of the first questions you would ask them?
I don't always ask questions. I do a lot of listening first.
Yeah.
But uh, how they made it, how they did what they did,
Yeah.
probably be it.
So talk to me a little bit about what is your motivation. Obviously, for someone like Anthony Robbins and others, there's a lot of motivations that go into who they are. What is that motivator for you to get you up, to get you moving, to get you through your day and to accomplish what you want to get done?
Well, I know what I'm called to do. So there's a passion that drives you, that you can't even explain, that gets you through the times when it doesn't appear to be working. And the other thing is watching the change that happens in the clients that I work with, watching them go from sad, depressed, is this all there is? And not even sure what their future is going to look like. It's just the same old, and to actually living vibrantly, to having confidence and peace and a skip in their step. Those kind of things is what propels me forward.
So without, any specifics, obviously, because there's confidentialities, what's one of your favorite client success stories you've been involved with?
Well, they're all my favorite.
I got you.
So, but a very dramatic one is, and there's been more than one, so I can meld the stories into, is women who have had sexual abuse as children and how that kind of thing affects them, even as adults, and with all of the different counseling and things they've had in my 6-month program. At the end of that, they are completely different.
That's wonderful. So what are you the proudest of all the things that you've done in your life? What are you the proudest of?
Being a mom.
Yeah. So when you were young, was there a book? Was there like art? Was there a book? Was there music? What were some of the things that really kind of motivated you, that made you maybe want to delve further into it, whether it was music or reading or something like that? Was there anything like that for you?
I was an avid reader. I don't know that there was any specific one book,
Yeah.
um, but I was an avid reader, yes.
So let's say you have a dream tonight, you run into the 20-year-old version of yourself, and you could give that version of you a piece of advice based on the life you've led, the wisdom you've gained. What would you tell your young version?
Hmm. To relax and have more fun. And that it's all going to be okay. And
Yeah.
it would be a lot more, but that's the basics.
Yeah. So everyone out there has a perception of you, all these pockets of people in your life, family, friends, clients, colleagues, but you're in control. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
I am one of the most intuitive women on the planet. I am compassionate, I am resilient, and I am strong.
So as a coach, do you have, like, as we kind of enter this post-pandemic phase and we've discovered a lot of things obviously over that time. Are you hopeful? Are you optimistic about humanity?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if you could witness one event in human history with your own eyes, what would you have loved to have seen happen?
From the past?
Yeah, anything.
Mm, I don't really know. I can't think of anything right now.
Okay. All right. So Donna, if anyone out there wants to learn more about you, your business, hire you, anything pertaining to your world, where can they go?
The best place is my website, and that is the letter I, vibrantliving.com.
Wonderful. So how do you pronounce your last name? I want to do it correctly.
Tashjian.
Okay, good. I'm glad I asked. Donna, thank you so much for taking time out today. I really appreciate it. I think we got a good idea of who you are. We kind of delved into it a little further. So thank you for taking time out.
My pleasure.
Best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye.